On the back end, the Knight Monsters will start with their top line of Sloan Stanick, Hughes, Simon Pinard up front with Artur Cholach and Brennan Kapcheck on the blue line. Puck is down. Game is underway from Cable Dom Arena. Game 1 of the Mountain Division Finals. Thrilled you could be with us. Mavericks wearing the home orange jerseys, going from left to right in this first period. Tahoe and the road whites going from right to left. Andrea pushed it up ahead to Casey Carreau. Left circle, a shot turned aside by Vikman, far corner. Borchardt, a wraparound chance, and that one's held out by Vikman. Dahmer, game 2 will be tomorrow night at 7:05. Here's a turnover. Giroux, a backhander, tried to stuff it home, and it was held up by Vikman. He's still scrambling. A shot back towards the goal mouth wouldn't go. They clear it back to the far board to the Knight Monsters. Konecny hacks it down low. Morrison behind the net now for Damien Giroux. Giroux cuts back in. Charlie Wright trying to muscle it out, held in by Newell. Now Jet Jones, far circle, sets it up for a shot. Then a save made on Johnson by LaFontaine. They'll bounce it across, tipped on, save LaFontaine, rebound punch just wide by Jones, put back towards the net front, and LaFontaine will cover it up.
Joe, he's already got 5 assists in just 4 games.
Still looking for his first goal. Here's Cade Borchardt right down Broadway, and he put it wide of the net. Vikman might have got a piece of it with the blocker. And then season, each team scored first 3 times. Still looking for our first goal here today. Here's a shot from a tough angle. Save LaFontaine, rebound, and that one got blocked away to the near corner. Sent back to the left point. Passan deals it across. High slot, Adam cuts to the far half wall. Down low, it's cut off by Konecny, and he's able to get it just out to center. LaFontaine out to play, right up the middle. McGrew, a turnaround shot and a glove save made. LaFontaine on a good recovery as he'll hang on for the face-off. We'll step aside, 12-12 to go in the first. Watch comes away with it. Ukraine native jets up the near side, cuts across the Mavericks logo, into the zone, high slot, near circle, put a shot away up the goalpost. It's loose at the top of the blue paint. LaFontaine sprawling. He's able to cover it up.
Last one, Artur Cholach is taking it himself, sort of going coast to coast there and firing it off the left post. And it caromed right back into Jack LaFontaine's crease. He showed pretty good awareness there to sort of just fall on it. And the Mavericks just swarming to protect their goaltender and keep that puck out of the net. But what an effort by Artur Cholach.
Yeah, look there at the skill from the 6th-round draft pick of the Vegas Golden Knights. Cade Borchardt from his own line, slowly through center. Cam Morrison down the left wing, back for Borchardt. Grinds to a halt, swings it up top for MacPherson. Left side shot save made, rebound, and that one got blocked away by Cholach, it looked like. Andrea plays it across. Borchardt, a shot knocked down by Jesper Vikman, and the Knight Monsters cleared all the way down. First period. Mavericks heavily outshot Tahoe 23-12 in the opening 20 minutes. Had some great chances. And they'll look to pick up right where they left off here to start the second period. Tahoe controls the opening draw to start period number 2, and they'll launch it all the way down ice. That was Simon Pinard who got it deep. Here's Marcus Crawford from his own net. Left it for Berezowski. Damien Giroux racing out of his own end. Over the Tahoe line, right wing, down to the far corner. Shovels it around near side. Played along by Berezowski. Back to Zach Trott at the left point. Looking over the coverage. Across to Giroux. Far circle. High slot. Crawford a one-timer and a kick save by the left pad of Vikman. Back on the far half wall for Giroux. Walks the far circle into the middle, and Berezowski slashed it wide. Loose puck in the slot. Callan tangled up and taken down. And knocked back out to center by Nate Konecny. Racing after a loose puck. Back to Andrea, left circle, closes. Backhander and a save made by Vikman. What speed by Max Andrea, but able on Monday night. That started the scoring in that game. Slowly through center. Stanick hands off for Hughes. Down the slot. Stanick tried to put a shot away. Rebound, they score. As the Knight Monsters break through on the power play, it's Sloan Stanick, his first of the playoffs. And the Knight Monsters take a 1-0 lead with 13:34 to go in the second.
Well, Sloan Stanick, the rookie who's had such a sensational season for Tahoe. He's been electric in these playoffs as well. 5 assists, but that's his first goal. And Bear Hughes makes a smart pass right up the middle there, Joe. He knew that Sloan Stanick was bursting in, sort of splitting the defense, getting by Crawford and MacPherson and staying with it. And LaFontaine unable to track it down, and Stanick sort of finishing his own rebound, and the initial shot went off the post.
By Jimmy Mazza, and then they joust in the far corner. Bear Hughes right up the slot. Kapcheck holds, shot blocked away, gets it right back, side of the net. It's still free. Mavericks clear to the line, but not out. Kapcheck right point to the near circle, centering pass and a save. LaFontaine backdoor and Bear Hughes. What a stop! Mavericks trying to clear it out. They do on a good hit. For Borchardt near corner. Max Andreev captures it. Looking over the traffic. Down to the goal line for Cade Borchardt. Out of the corner. Drifting top of the far circle. Backdoor, and that one healed by Justin MacPherson and gloved by Vikman. For Sullivan, couldn't get a stick on it, and it's cleared out. Here comes Troy Loggins with speed through center. Right wing to the KC line. Grinds to a halt. Looking for a lane. Shot. Save LaFontaine. Rebound loose to the near corner. McGrew drills it back around far side. Held in by Taylor. Taps it down to the far corner. Played along by MacPherson. And controlled by David Cotton for the Mavericks. Face off glove side of Vikman. Mavericks looking to solve him. Here's Cade Borchardt behind the net for Max Andreev. Emerging off the goal line. Looking. Andreev holds. Chased up the boards by Nelson. Slings it down low for Cade Borchardt along the end boards. Taking some bumps from Bassan. Andreev left side, backs it up. Here's McLaughlin. Chips it back to the near side, but picked up by Nelson. He'll charge back to center. Good back check from Casey Carreau to break up that rush from Nelson. Johnson tried to penetrate the zone, right wing. McLaughlin absorbs a check from Johnson. Up the near side to Carreau. Hurries it across for Borchardt. 2 seconds and one. Borchardt into the middle. Bouncing puck. And that'll do it for the second period of play.
This goaltender, in all likelihood, it's not going to be a pretty one. They're really going to have to get comfortable going to those dirty areas and getting to work here in the third.
Knight Monsters looking to win their first game here this year at Cable Dahmer after the Mavericks swept the most recent series between these two teams back in late January into early February. Here's Jimmy Mazza. He'll play it across for Jake McLaughlin. Underway here in the third period. Mavericks going left to right in the third. Brennan Kapcheck hustles back inside his own zone to pick it up. Let's go Mavericks, the chant. It's the Andreev Borchardt Carreau line getting the start here in period number 3. Casey Carreau swoops into the near corner of his own zone. He'll peel out across center. Carreau charging in, right circle, driving wide, stops up, pulling on goal, score! Casey Carreau! And the Mavericks are on the board. It's 1-1. 19:14 to go, period number 3.
What a fantastic individual effort by Casey Carreau. And Joe, with the game that Jesper Vikman has had up to this point, pretty shocking that that's the goal that he gives up. I think it just went right between the wickets. Never a bad play to put the puck on net, and Carreau just firing it off the inside of Vikman's right pad from a very tough angle for his first goal of the playoffs. And just like
behind the net, Jackson Berezowski looking to pry it free. Now to David Cotton, a shot right on, a save made by Vikman with the left pad. Charlie right diagonal feed in front as it was tipped just wide by Landon McCallum. Brennan Kapcheck bounces off a check. And here come the Knight Monsters, could have numbers racing in. Jet Jones put a shot away, kick save LaFontaine. And then McLaughlin rather took out Jones. Tahoe 1 for 2 so far on the day on the power play. Mavericks on the great chiropractic penalty kill. Sloan Stanick into the bumper for Jones. Back to Stanick. Rink wide on the right wing for Pinard. Just outside the far circle. Straight away for Kapcheck. Stanick down low. Hughes looking. Diagonal feed. They score. What a blast as Pinard wires it home from the top of the right wing circle. A power play goal just 16 seconds into the power play, and the Knight Monsters back on top by 1. It's 2-1.
an absolute cannon off the stick of Simon Pinard from the top of the right circle. And Bear Hughes again, Joe, second primary assist of the game with just a perfect saucer pass to get it over the stick of Nate Konepke and Marcus Crawford. He put it right in the wheelhouse for Simon Pinard, who buries his 4th goal of the playoffs. Had 33 for Tahoe during the regular season, and with a shot like that, it's easy to see why.
Marcus Crawford operating at the left point. Adam MacPherson, a shot through traffic. And Vikman will smother it. 14:20 to go, third period. Mavericks with a clean draw. Shot by MacPherson, blocked away, gets it right back along the goal, and he scores! Justin MacPherson with a snipe from another sharp angle. The Mavericks have tied the game at 2 with 14:12 to go in the third.
Well, Joe, we just mentioned how dangerous Crawford and MacPherson have been from the blue line. Watch the switch. MacPherson and Crawford switched places following the offensive zone draw. That opened up a much better angle at the net. MacPherson has a left-handed shot from the right side with much more of an angle to work with, and he just rifles it upstairs over the shoulder of Jesper Vikman. And MacPherson just continues to have the Knight Monsters number, it seems. It's going to be his second goal of the playoffs, and we're tied up at 2 goals apiece.
Corral by Kalen Taylor, who's had a solid game defensively for Tahoe. Loggins had Loheit bearing down on him, forcing a turnover. Sullivan a blast and a kick save made Vikman, who's got the most recent tally for Tahoe. The only goal they've scored here in this third period. Stanick and Pinard for Tahoe. Here's a turnover. Carreau backhander. Save made by Vikman. Casey Carreau nearly capitalizing on a Tahoe mishap against what's been a very dynamic Tahoe power play here today and in the playoffs. 10 power play goals this postseason, if you include the 2 today from Tahoe. Mavericks get a clear all the way down. 9:13 to go, third period. Score tied at 2 here in game 1. Alex Von Coydle, Joe Benson with you. Jet Jones drives it down the board. Sloan Stanick pasted by Loheit, and then he runs into Jones, and they both hit the deck. Some solid contact from Luke Loheit, dishing out the body. And infusing some more energy in this building. Here's Jones, left circle, shot, save made, rebound, they scored. Squeak through LaFontaine. Jet Jones let it go from the left wing circle. It breaks through his glove hand side. And the Knight Monsters are back on top by 1 with 8:45 remaining in regulation.
Not sure if Jet Jones is going to get credit with this goal, but it was a low glove side shot, and tough to tell who that was crashing the net. It looks like it was Brennan Kapcheck. I'm not sure he ever got a stick on it there, Joe, but Jet Jones, and that's going to be his goal. He leads all Knight Monsters in goals in these playoffs. That's his 5th. And Tahoe's regained the lead in what's been a season. Both of the Mavericks' goals have come off of very severe angle shots from the glove side of Jesper Vikman.
Crawford cranks it up the near side for Zach Trott. Touch pass Cam Morrison over the Tahoe line. Morrison to the net. In front, they score! Damien Giroux tips it home on a beautiful pass from Cam Morrison. And the Mavericks have done it again. They've tied the game at 3 with 7:29 to go in the third period.
What a resilient period it's been for the Mavericks. 3 separate times now they've overcome a deficit and tied the game. And Cam Morrison earned this one, Joe, with blazing speed to sidestep Luke Adam going wide and then just set up a gift for Damien Giroux. All he had to do was keep his stick on the ice.
And MacPherson back to collect. He'll whip it around the far side. Picked off by the Knight Monsters, comes right to Cholach, walking in, a shot, save LaFontaine. Our corner in behind for Crawford. Approaching 5 minutes to go in regulation. Max Andreev lugs it in, right circle, drop pass, Borchardt, a shot, and a save made by Vikman. Nelson and Sullivan on the draw. They win it back to McLaughlin, left point, hands it in behind the net. Sullivan with it, centering pass, Crawford, score! And the Mavericks with their first lead of the game. It's 4-3 on a beautiful shot from Crawford, beating Vikman upstairs. 3:42 to go in regulation.
Well, Joe, Marcus Crawford just continues to have an unbelievable playoffs. As Nolan Sullivan's going to get his second point of the game, second assist, and Crawford just burying it over the shoulder of Jesper Vikman, glove side. The Mavericks have beaten him in 3 out of their 4 goals on the glove side, Joe. And Crawford with his 3rd goal of the playoffs. What a game he's had tonight. 7 shots on net.
Like outplayed a little bit against Tulsa in the first round of the 3rd period, but they have brought it here today in game 1.
Yeah, they absolutely have. And it seemed like they were just primed to explode. Long shot from Borchardt.
And Borchardt scores into the open net. And the Mavericks take a 5-3 lead with 1:55 to go. And for Cade Borchardt, his team leading 5th goal of the playoffs. There's still time left, but that should pretty much seal the deal for the Mavericks in this one, as they now go up by 2.
And Joe, these guys have been out there for a long time. Andreev, Carreau, Borchardt had iced the puck a couple of times, couldn't get a line change, and Borchardt just took a shot at the empty net from a good 175 feet or so. And not surprising at all that he was able to hit the bullseye from that.